Hello, my name is Grian, and today I'm going to be showing you the very basics of World Edit, and then I'm going to show you how you can use those very simple commands to create a town using only a sample of builds. This tutorial assumes that you already have the World Edit plugin installed on your server. This is not a tutorial on how to install it. You can find out that information by clicking the link in the description. So we're going to start with the absolute basics. I'm going to first show you how to select a region. You're going to need a wooden axe. This is the item that you need to use for World Edit at all times. To select a region, left click one block and right click another. Everything within that area, in the cuboid area, is your region, and any command that you do will affect the blocks in this region. So if I do // set space stone, it's going to set all of those blocks in that region to the block that I'd use. I can then do it to sponge, diamond, or whatever else I want. This is a very simple command, and you should find yourself using it quite a lot. Now, as an extension of this one, you can select a region again by left clicking and right clicking using the axe, and replace only certain blocks. So // replace, the name of the block, and then the name of the block that you want to replace it by. So I want to replace this stone for sponge, and then the grass for diamond blocks. But then, if you want to replace everything in that region, you just do // replace, and then the name of the block, and it just replaces everything except air to that block. So now everything is iron. The next command that I'm going to show you is probably the most essential one out of everything I'm going to display in this video, and that is how to copy and paste. So again, you're going to want to use your wooden axe to select a region. I prefer to click blocks rather than use // pos1 and pos2, but you can use those if you want to. All they do is set your position to the block that you're standing on, and in the chat it will give you the information of your region, and it will tell you in brackets how many blocks are selected. You want to be careful to make sure that this number is not too high, and depending on your server strength you will be able to deal with larger World Edit regions than others. I never recommend doing more than 1,000,000 blocks. Okay, so once we have the region selected, it's now time to copy. You need to stand somewhere sensible when you do this command. I stand it in front of the block that I selected first, and do // copy. I then move somewhere else, just to demonstrate, and do // paste. And it's as simple as that. It's pasted. If you want to get rid of it, // undo. But there's one thing that's very important here. It pastes the region relative to you. Meaning if you were standing somewhere that wasn't sensible, or you didn't pay attention to where you were standing, it could go horribly wrong, and I'm just going to demonstrate how. I'm going to hop on top of the flamingo and copy it from its back and then paste it on the floor. And you can see that it has pasted in all of the air because the region selects everything, including the air. So you're replacing the floor with those air blocks as well, which isn't exactly what we want here. So when I say it pastes relative to you, you need to be really careful to make sure that you are on the correct Y coordinate. A pro tip for these scenarios when you want to ignore air is // paste -a, and this will ignore all the air blocks that you're pasting in. Very handy if you want to paste something into a mountain or into terrain. While I'm here, I want to show you a similar command that you may find useful. We're going to be moving it. You need to, again, select the region of the flamingo, and type in // move, followed by a number of blocks that you want to move it. You need to face the direction that you want it to go, and enter, and it will move the build further away. You can look and move regions in any direction except diagonal ones, because obviously Minecraft works in a cuboid fashion. The next command I want to show you is how to rotate a region. And it's fairly easy. You, again, need to take your axe, select the region, and I have coloured the corners here different colours so you can see it rotate. You need to, again, stand on it and do // copy. Now you need to type // rotate by a degree of 90, 180, or 270. Because it's obviously square, you can only do right angles. Once you've rotated it, it should tell you in chat your clipboard has been rotated. And then all you have to do is // paste again, and there you go. What this essentially means is we can build 1/4 of a symmetrical build, rotate it 4 times, and we would have a complete build. I will demonstrate this later with a tower, but for now you can see I steadily rotate my test right angle all the way around so it completes the full circle. The final command that I want to show you and will complete your World Edit basic training is the flip command. This is fairly simple to use, but can go easily wrong. You need to again select your region, stand in a sensible place, do // copy, and then face the direction that you want it to flip, and do // flip. When you paste, it should then flip it to the other side and create a build. That means that you could create half a build and flip it over to the other side to have a completely symmetrical one. Quite similar to the rotate one, but what this essentially means is by using a combination of flip and rotate, you can build very little of something and just world edit the rest into existence. And that's it for the basic commands of World Edit. But all of these are fairly useless unless you're able to apply them in a build. The last thing I'm going to show you is how to use these commands together to create small segments and world edit them together to create a huge structure. Okay, so I've got a quarter of a tower here. I'm going to stand in the middle at the top, copy the region, rotate it 90 degrees, paste, rotate it another 90 degrees and paste, and one more time to have a full tower. And it looks pretty good. I only had to build 1/4 of that entire build. Now what I'm going to do is take the segments of my wall and start world editing them together to create a fort. And I'm aiming to create one right angle and make sure that it's completely symmetrical so that I can do the same thing I did with the tower, take that 1/4 and rotate it and paste it 4 times to create a complete square fort. I'm actually going to use a quick command that I didn't tell you about, which is also very handy, which is // stack. All this does is replicate your region many times in the direction you're facing. It's very similar to the copy command, but more convenient. So now I'm just trying to create a full wall, and then I'm going to copy paste it onto the other angle by flipping and rotating it. Once I have that right angle, I'm then going to rotate it. So I'm just going to skip ahead so you don't see me copy and pasting over and over again, but hopefully you get the idea of what I'm trying to accomplish here. So now I have 1/4 of a fort. I have the tower, and I have 2 of the sides that I need. Now I want to make sure I'm in the absolute center of this, which is why I'm going all the way up to the 1 block center that I, by the way, ensured that I had on both of these sides, and I'm going to find the exact center. That way I can't mess up if I rotate it. If I'm not in the exact center, you're not going to accomplish what we want, which is a perfectly symmetrical build. I just follow the 2 coordinates to make sure I got the center, and then I copy, rotate, paste, rotate, paste, rotate, paste, until you've got all 4 sides perfect. And there we have it. There's a full fort, and that took me a fraction of the time that it would if I was building the whole thing by hand. World Edit is possibly the greatest tool that Minecraft has for building, perhaps with the exception of Voxel Sniper, but World Edit really is amazing. I implore each and every one of you to give it a go and get on a server that allows you to use it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and more importantly, I hoped it helped you. It has been requested a few times, and that's why I did it. I was listening to your suggestions. Thank you very much. If you have any more suggestions, please let me know in the comment section below. Goodbye!